Today we're going to talk about happiness and what it means to be happy and what is happiness. How do we attain it? There's a thing in the Constitution about pursuing happiness. And the funny thing is that pursuing happiness doesn't make us happy. So a lot of our time and attention is used to pursue happiness, to try to become happy sometime in the future. That's not really a very effective way of using our energy and a good way to become happy. It's better to use our energy in the present to nourish our happiness. So it's interesting that the pursuit of happiness actually doesn't make us happy. The pursuit, or like searching for that outside of yourself. So a lot of times we buy things, or we become materialistic in a sense that we want certain things to make us happy. And that pulls us away from happiness. So you may have noticed that the more things you accumulate in your life doesn't necessarily make you happier just because you have a lot of things. You look at people who have a lot of items, call them rich people, wealthy people. People who have a lot of stuff, they're not very happy. Maybe you think of Donald Trump. He has a lot of money, a lot of things, but he doesn't seem like a very happy person. So things, accumulation of things, material possessions doesn't make us happy. People who have a lot of things are not happier than people that don't have a lot of things. In fact, having a lot of things can make you really nervous. You try to protect them or hold them or keep people from stealing them, and it actually takes away from your happiness. Plus, to have a lot of things, generally, you have to work a lot. You put a lot of hours in. So overworking can not nourish our happiness, can make us less happy. So just looking around, you can be very clear that having a lot of things doesn't make us happy long term. It's good to have enough. You don't want to not have enough either. That's another source of being unhappy. It's very difficult to be happy if you don't have enough. If you don't have enough food, if you don't have enough shelter, if you don't have enough love, all those things can make you unhappy. So it's not good either way. It's not good to have too many things, and it's not good to have not enough things. So the Buddha, he called that the middle way, middle path. So you have enough, where you have enough to survive, to live, and to be comfortable. But not in like a material sense of having to have everything that you want. That's not what it means. Just enough to be comfortable. You have a place to sleep, you have enough food, you have clothing to take care of yourself and to be good. But you don't need all the extras, all the extra things don't make us happy. They can impede. And it's the same with all other things. So Americans have this idea that if some of something is good, then a lot of that is better. And that's not true. It's not true. So just having enough to be happy is a saying that I like. Do you have enough things to be happy? So there's so many conditions of happiness all around us, things that make us happy. Maybe we have a partner, or we have friends, or we have good food. All those things can nourish our happiness. So happiness is an energy that we nourish. So in Buddhism, our mind is, not even in Buddhism, our mind in general is like a field. It's a field that you can plant different seeds in. And you'll notice the seeds people plant. So when you meet someone in the street and they're very angry all the time, you know that they've planted that seed of anger in their mind. They've nourished that. And so that's why they're angry all the time. It's because they've nourished that seed. So that seed comes up for them a lot. That anger in their mind has been nourished. It's the same with happiness. So if you nourish your happiness, if you do things in the present moment that make you happy, you'll have more happiness in the future. So we talk about mindfulness as a way of like choosing which seeds you want to water. So it's like your awareness. So if you watch maybe movies that are really scary, or you do things that scare you, you're going to build up fear in your body. You're going to nourish that seed of fear, and you'll have that in the future. But if you do things in the present moment that bring you joy, bring you love, that helps other people, in the future, you'll have that. So those seeds will have been planted, and they'll fruit, and you'll have that experience again. So not only are you happy now, but you'll be happy in the future. So that's why the present moment is so important. The way we live our lives is so important. Because if you don't live your life in a good way, and you plant seeds, you're going to be unhappy in the future. So let's go back to anger. So anger is a really good example. So someone does something that touches your seed of anger, and you get angry. So a normal emotion lasts for a few seconds. So it's very normal to get angry. It's not that in meditation that we don't get angry anymore. It's very normal. You should get angry. I mean, it's just a natural emotion in your body. There's nothing wrong with anger, So that's the problem people have, is sometimes they'll get angry, and then they get angry that they're getting angry. It's like, it's okay, you're angry. It's fine. It's not a big deal. The issue is when you water that seed of anger. So normal emotions last a few seconds. So something happens, you get angry about it. In a few seconds, it should be gone. So some people get angry about something for 15 minutes. Other people get angry for 2 hours. Some people get angry for 6 hours. Some people get angry for days. It just depends on how much reserve of anger you have, how much you've watered that seed, how big that anger is inside of you. So a small thing can touch you off, and you can be angry for days because you have that much anger in. The same thing happens to someone else. They get angry for a few seconds because they don't have that much energy of anger inside of them. And then some people get angry for an hour, 2 hours. So the practice of meditation and mindfulness is to be aware that you're getting angry, okay? And to see how long it lasts. How long do you stay angry? And that's how you watch your progression. It's not that you never get angry anymore. It's just that now, instead of being angry for 2 hours, you're angry for 1 hour. And that's a big improvement. You have an extra hour of not being angry, which is more happiness. So that's what we work. We don't push down the anger. So that doesn't work either. So a lot of people try to prevent anger from happening. They shove it down, and it just gnaws at them. So that's not what we're talking about either. So we don't repress things, but we also don't go hit people. We don't express either. So you don't repress it and it eats away at you, and we don't express it in the sense that we go yell at everyone and we hit them and cause other people to suffer. So again, middle path, no repression, no expression. You just you be with the anger. Okay, I'm angry. I'm not going to shove this down. I'm not going to try to not be angry. I'm just going to realize I'm angry. But I'm also not going to hit someone. I'm not going to yell at people just because I'm angry. I'm not going to share that with other people. So I'm just going to sit with it and be okay, I'm angry. And if you do that, your energy of anger will, over time, it'll go down. You'll be a less angry person, which is great. And the same with happiness. So we'll get back to happiness because that's what we're going into. So let's say something good happens. Someone who's nourished their happiness can be happy for hours because of that one little good thing. Because they have so much happiness within them. A small thing, and they feel happy for hours. Someone else might feel happy for a couple of seconds. Just, and then back to not feeling good or to some other emotion. So if you've nourished your happiness, even if it's a small little thing happens, you can be happy for a whole day. It's amazing. So that's because that energy of happiness is so strong inside of you. So you've nourished that so that it exists. So, it's good to nourish those seeds throughout your daily life, because sometimes difficult things happen, Life gets really difficult, sad things happen. So if you build up those reserves of happiness, those reserves of joy, they can help you through those dark and difficult times, Let's be honest, life's hard. There's a lot of difficult things that happen throughout our lives, People die, there's difficult emotions, it's hard. So having that stored reserve have happiness in you can really help you through difficult times. So that's why it's so important to nourish your happiness every day during your life, so that when those difficult times happen, you have that reserve of happiness to kind of like get you through the tough times. And so if you build up your awareness, your love, your compassion, your happiness, all those things, you can use those energies to embrace the negative emotions. This is kind of advanced practice. So let's say you feel angry and you're feeling it for an hour or two, it's just still there. If you have enough reserve of happiness, joy, love, you can embrace that anger, that energy of anger with the good emotions, with the good energy, with your mindfulness, with your understanding, with your compassion, with your love. You can embrace that emotion, and the emotion will go down. And it will dissolve quicker than just awareness. So you can just be aware of it. That's fine too. That'll like dissipate it. But if you actually embrace it and love it, it'll go down even quicker. So it's like the advanced path is to use, like once you have enough of that good love, compassion, joy all build up, you can use that to embrace the negative feelings and transform them even quicker. So that's the trick with emotions, is that they're energy. And that's what most people don't know. Everything's energy. Love is an energy. So love can be nourished and grown. So relationships are a great example of this. So sometimes you're in a relationship, and some relationship, almost all relationships, like, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, whatever, your partner, almost all those relationships start with love. You feel that love, and it's very real, it's very apparent, and it's palpable. But maybe 5 years down the line, maybe 3 months down the line, you don't feel that love anymore, and that's a problem. It's hard to stay in a relationship with someone that you don't feel love. And then some people have that love throughout their whole life. So what's the difference? Why do those people have that love between them for 50, 60 years, while other people a month, sometimes a week? It's how you cultivate that love together. So you start off with that love. Everyone starts with that love. And certain people cultivate it. They cultivate that love. So they have love within themselves, so that they can sustain their relationships. So if you can't cultivate that love, that happiness, it's very difficult to sustain relationships, because you don't feel that love for that person anymore because you haven't cultivated it. So they're the same person a week later, 3 months later. Not exactly the same. Like, people change small amounts, but they're similar to who they were before. And the reason why the love was there, the love wasn't there, is just an energy within yourself. So you can cultivate that energy to where you can love anyone or anything. You can fall in love with a cup, with a flower. Like, once you have that energy of love inside yourself, you can use it however you want. You could connect to any object with that love. Even people you have great difficulties with, you can treat them with love and compassion, because it's a part of you. It's an energy. And that you can focus that energy on objects outside of yourself. You can also focus that love on things inside of yourself, like your organs. Like, you can send love to your heart, to the organ of your heart. You can really love and care for that. Or you can send it to your digestion. You have digestive issues, you can send the love and the compassion there, and that'll help your digestion. Or if you have muscle pain, like in your arm or whatever, you can send your love and compassion there to like open that up and help with the pain. So cultivating these energies of happiness, joy, love, they're just so important, because it helps you deal with difficult emotions, it helps you deal with difficult times, all those things. And you can also help to heal yourself, your body, your physical body, and your mind, both.